Old school. This is old school. We're going to split this information up piece by piece. We have this 10 foot by 20 by 5, whatever the numbers are. We can break this up piece by piece using a number of different tools. We have this remove. We can use the substitute for the removed. We can use left for the left, mid for the mid, and right for the right. Newer tools, you can incorporate the newer tools. Otherwise, here's a very simple method to do the exact same thing. Below here is not part of this. This is the explanation that I'm going to walk you through. If you don't understand what we're trying to accomplish, I'm going to go step by step and break these down one function at a time. Over here is the narrative, the anatomy, comprehensive. Let's see what we're trying to pull off here. Brad Williams, XL Prime. We're going to remove specific letters, then split numbers into 3 parts. What am I talking about? Dimensions. We have dimensions, and we want to, in this case, get rid of spaces and just show the dimensions. 10 feet by 200 by 300. We want to get rid of foot in those spaces and just show the final outcome. Then we want to just show the 10, the 200, then the 300. Here is an extensive write-up along with the anatomy. We break this up into a whole bunch of different parts here. We have removed, left, mid, right. If you need to brush up on the different functions, review this information. We have the map. Here's our answer right here. Then we have our functions combined into a nice, neat package, all right? For remove, I have a bunch of different examples here, but if we want to remove the spaces in the X, it's pretty straightforward. Substitute. We're going to nest substitute within a substitute. Our inner substitute is going to get rid of the foot. Our outer substitute is going to take care of that space. You see here, we have B5, substitute foot for blank. And our next substitute is going to go in and find blank, replace with a blank. Here, if we look, F9, and we have 10, and then feet. If we go into substitute, we have text, old text, new text. You see how we're doing this? And the final output will be this. Here, we're doing piece by piece. We took the substitute, we just took out the foot. We went over here, we took out the space. Here, same thing. I just took this, replaced it, put the substitute in there, and our final output is going to be this 10 by 200 by 300. If you want the left, if you want the 10, you can use the left function. What we're going to do is say find. Remember left, starting from left, going right. We're going to have a text and then our number of characters. Well, we know our number of characters is going to be 10 by 200 by 300. Why did we pick this one? Doesn't matter. You can go all the way back over here and mess around with either B or C. Find is still going to locate that X. You're going to have 10 feet as opposed to 10. If you want to clean this up, you could put space in here. C5 minus 1. Right here, here's the function. Here's find, and it says find 2. And in the end, it's going to be 10. Well, we want to keep 2 spaces. So we have text, F9, our number of characters, F9, 2. So in the end, we're going to go left to right, and we're going to keep those 2. Our next step is the mid. And we know that we have to play all kinds of games here. We have to do some substitution. We're going to pretend that the X is now a tilde. A tilde. You know what a tilde is? Top left of your keypad, just below the escape button, is the tilde. Going, oh, I didn't know that. Well, now you do. You can use any character you want. All we're doing is replacing. The idea is to find the location, the starting point of your removals. I say removals because essentially we're removing stuff. Here's the formula, mid. mid find X, then find, and then find. You're going 3 finds? Well, yeah, here if we look at this formula in action, we're going to have this mid function, which is text, our start number, then our number of characters. And you're going, wow, let's do all that just to find the number of characters? Yeah. Why? Because we're looking at, this says find, and you have to substitute. Notice our count here. It's a little odd. We have to go into substitute. We're going to have to find C5. And what's our old text? X. New text? 2. Now we have this new thing. It's called an instant number. Instant. That means we need to identify. We need to identify the X that we want to remove. You know, mid, there's always a starting point. Anything before that starting point is not included. So here, what we need to do is find that number 2 and replace it with a tilde as a starting point, and then do our magic with mid. We have this find, which is X, C5 plus 1. Let me break this down piece by piece. Here's find X, C5. Well, it's going to find the first X. Remember? We're going to look at this 10 by 20 by 30. And our first X is character 3. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to go substitute X. Where? Instant. If you need to brush up, substitute, you see this instant number? The instance to replace, if not supplied, all instances are replaced. Replacing number 2. Then we go over, we have find, substitute, X2, find, so we have 3. We have to find 3. Where? See, there's the substitute.
Be sure to check out our extensive courses, which include Excel data and text manipulation for advanced users, beginners, intermediate. We also have this great essentials, the A to Z for advanced users, the comprehensive beginner level 1 and 2. Then we have our advanced formulas, strictly formulas, great set of courses, which we have a beginner level 1 and beginner level 2, this intermediate level, and we have this advanced level. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out.
We replace number 2. We have this find, and it has to find that character, and it's number 7. Number 7. We're going to go over to find, substitute. There's a number of characters we need to keep. Number of characters. Then our starting number is find X, C5, the very first X. It's going to be, right, 1, 2, 3, and our starting number is 4. Why? Because we're adding 1. That means we need to make sure we get rid of that X. Go over here, and here's our text. We just put this package together, and we get 200. That's it. What we're doing is just replacing this X, second X, with a tilde. Well, because we have 2 X's. We have to find a starting point, and we have to distinguish one from the other. We count the X here, but we replace it, and then we have this other X as the starting point. And that allows us to say adios to the beginning part to get rid of 10X, and then the other tilde allows us to get rid of everything else. And in the end, we're going to look at this. We're going to have text, F9, and start number, F9, is going to be this 4. And then number of characters is going to be 3. F9 is going to be 3. And our end result is 200. And in terms of right, it's just the opposite of the left. So we're going to go C5, len. We have to do some subtraction here. We have to find the length. And then again, we're going to use this substitute deal in order to find the tilde. Again, we're going to follow the same steps. Go here, substitute C5, X, and we want the second X. From there, we're going to we need to find that tilde. What's going to happen? We're going to go text, the number of characters, F9, is 3. We're going to keep 3. We're going to go from right to left, count 3, and then remove everything to the left. You may define it differently. I know Excel wants to use this word extract and truncate and what have you. I like to say I want to keep a certain number of characters, and this number here, this fine, F9, I want to keep those numbers. So from right to left, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, and then getting rid of everything else. Got it? Read it if you need it. Take a look at the anatomy. Brad Williams, XL Prime. Thanks for watching.